Hi there, it's Paul from Wolf Software Systems, and I've got something really cool to show you in WolfStack. So I've got a few clusters. Right, these are all, there's a few Proxmox clusters there, and I've got a Minio cluster there. But also in my office, I have this cluster, and this is made up of 3 machines. Wolf Display, which is actually our big display machine, which has a web camera on it. Code Wolf, which is a laptop. And so what I've done here is we built something called WolfUSB, and it allows us to pass USB devices through. And you can see what I've done is I've told it that the webcam that's sitting on the big display screen is to map it to the Windows 10 VM on my local machine, but it could be anywhere. Okay, and here is that virtual machine. Now this is really funny. So I'll pull up the VM. This is the VM here, and as you can see, I know it's a bit dark, and the reason it's dark is because it's like Sunday night, so the office has got no lights on, and you can see our Wolf sign there. So I'm actually streaming from the Wolf display server, which we use for our big TV screen, across the internet into the Windows. I'm basically streaming USB across the internet, and it's not. So this is really cool for home labbers and anyone who's got to plug a USB device in at any time and be able to read it on different servers. And I wanted to thank those who suggest. I don't know already what we'll use it for, apart from doing things like this where I can actually look at I've been able to remotely connect to the camera on Wolf Display, which is actually running a Fedora server. All our machines in the office are Linux, but this is running Fedora. And so yeah, so I've got a Windows VM running on my local machine under WolfStack, and this is a proper WolfStack cluster, so it's not sitting on Proxmox or anything like that. This is an Arch machine, and the 2 other machines in the office, in my office, are Fedora machines. So 3 other machines. There's a Raspberry Pi and 2 other machines which are both Fedora and this Arch. So that's another cool thing about WolfStack, is you kind of mix and match stuff. So, you know, I know the home labbers love to do this. Let's get a pile of servers, mix and match them, and WolfStack is perfectly fine with that, even if you mix and match processors across what you do. I mean, there's nobody here at the moment. If I'd have caught this at the right moment, we could actually watch the cleaners going in to clean it, but they don't come on a Sunday, so that would be a good little demo to do with it. But it's quite an interesting thing to do. The very fact that we're running it across, close this down, that we're running it across the internet. So I'm running a USB port from this machine and actually viewing it on a VM on this machine, and it works with LXC containers and Dockers as well. So it's quite useful if you've got things like, maybe you could have a Raspberry Pi with a dongle for a piece of software and just leave it in the Raspberry Pi, and then you can just manage. You can assign it to whatever containers or whatever thing you want. The possibilities are endless. WolfStack, for those so this is the boring bit for everyone who's used to WolfStack. WolfStack it was built originally because I got a bit fed up with running multiple clusters and having this sort of layout, having to have loads of web windows open and not being able to move things around easily from one cluster to another. So what I did was I built WolfStack just purely to do this, so they could see all my clusters, Proxmox clusters and normal bare metal machines all in one place. And it's kind of got really exciting, and we've got a great Discord group and lots of people who see what we're doing. But basically it's got Docker, LXC containers, and you can back up and restore Proxmox through Proxmox backup server. It's got WolfNet, so it comes with it's got its own private network. So when you set a WolfStack cluster up, which is really quick, it takes like 30 seconds. You just install Linux on the 3 machines or 2, and then you install WolfStack, and then you do some things. You get a token from each machine and join them all together, and that's all done with this thing called WolfNet, which is like basically a military grade private network, and it doesn't care where machines are. So if you've got a machine on your local network, so let's say if you go and rent 3 machines on OVH, Hetzner, AWS, doesn't really care. You could have a machine on AWS, a VM on AWS, and then 2 other machines. We have one on Hetzner and one on OVH, just to be difficult. And WolfStack will join them all together in a cluster, and it doesn't care because you have like private networks. So the other thing about that is you can actually build up your what's it called? This is quite a long way away, this one. So what you can do is you can actually build up so if you've got a home lab, it's really useful. And you can also build up your data center, your virtual data center. So the other thing you can do is as well, even though these machines are nowhere near each other physically, we do have a virtual data center somewhere here. This is an enterprise version, so it's got like this for running, if you want to run your own. So enterprise version has a few extra things, like you can run your own hosting company with it, and it has like a customer front end, which is pretty cool. Wolfflow, we've just upgraded. Here's the virtual data center, and if you've got a VR headset, you can actually walk around it, and then you can click. You can in your VR world, you can actually work with the servers inside, and these are actually real lights, so you can see some of them are a bit orange or whatever. But there's quite a few different tools. There's global view. We've got AI, which we've just upgraded the AI, so you can also ask it about what servers have problems. You can ask it about it, and it knows all about your servers, but it also knows all about WolfStack. So there you go. Cynthia's, yeah, I know Cynthia's got, because we use this for testing, so that's not surprised that all that stopped. Yeah. Yeah, so you can actually use the AI. It's got AI scanning, so it'll scan the servers and send you details. It's got this thing, this is for doing issues, searching for issues on the servers. It's got a 550, about 570, I think we're at now, app store. So you can actually just search for or choose for things and go install. I've got a Kubernetes cluster running on here, so it'll install it into a Kubernetes cluster. We've got a thing called WolfCube, actually allows you to build a Kubernetes cluster simply by filling in a form, and it'll actually write all the YAML files, it'll configure it and install it. I mean, on this one, I've got Jellyfin running, and then what you can do is if you want to route. So the other issue is, of course, external IP addresses. Generally, what we want to do is want to keep everything internal, so everything runs on WolfNet, or can run on your internal network. Can run on both. It doesn't really care. It could ignore WolfNet and run locally. It doesn't matter. But things like database servers need to really be running on a local network. You really don't want them facing the internet, and it's one of the problems with using hosting providers is that that's what they do. You know, that their database servers are facing because they can't do anything else. But with this, we can, because WolfNet actually keeps it all internal. That's the beauty of that. But then you've got like this networking thing here, where you can actually create routing from the IP, public IP of Cynthia here. I can just choose it. It's that one, and I can tell it where it's going to go. And you can see I've got all these servers there, which IP address I want it to go to. Does it set up the ports, and then it will route it through. So there, it's really easy. The goal of WolfStack is to get someone, if you want to learn about clustering, networking, servers, all this stuff, it takes away spending that much time in the terminal. I mean, if you really want to go into the terminal, you can just click on terminal, and you're in the terminal. Same with all your LXC containers and things. So if I go into LXC containers like this, there's 8 of this on this thing. Oh, this is a Proxmox cluster. So that's the thing about Proxmox clusters. You can actually install WolfStack on top of Proxmox. You don't have to do any changes at all. WolfStack will fit itself in. Proxmox won't even know it's there. But there you go. I can go straight into a terminal on that machine, on 103, which is Intelligent Wolf, which is a product that we built. I've got a couple of database servers, you know, and a few test nodes that are running. I mean, you can flip all this to like this view as well if you want. And it's really cool talking to people on Discord. One guy said, I live WolfStack, and I thought, you're not the only one. So anyway, that's WolfStack. Install it on anything. You can put it on an old laptop. If you want to make a little cluster at home and you've got 3 old laptops, set them up. It's running Rust. It's tiny. Okay, it does install a few other things, and it will run on a Raspberry Pi. It'll run in your fridge if it's got Linux, I should think. And we do have an enterprise system that's got some other things like being able to, you can like customize it. It's got themes. So, for instance, one of my favorite themes is, I'll just pull it up, it's the Trek theme, because I'm a bit of a Trekkie. I kind of like Star Trek. So I built this so that I could look at it as if I was managing the Starship Enterprise. I know it's not very professional, but you know, you might love it. So anyway, that's WolfStack. WolfStack.org is the website. We do have an enterprise package which has some other plugins, and we're developing new plugins for enterprise. And we're really open to suggestions. We've got a really lively Discord group, which is always great fun, with some fantastic contributors, and it's been really great talking to people. You know, and this is driven really not only by enterprise. Like the thing about enterprise is very structured, whereas what we love about Home Labbers is they plug things together because they can, and they want to try this and they want to plug that. So that's why WolfStack is so rich. It'll run Ceph, it'll run ZFS. You know, you want to look at your storage, you just go to here, storage like this, and you can see all the stuff there. If you've got ZFS, you can run the spooled commands. You can see exactly what's going on with every piece of storage on your system. You know, so and it's got, the other thing it's got, built-in S3 sync, so you can actually set up drives with S3. You can do sharing. It's all here. It's a bit difficult to see on this video probably. And I'll go back to my glass theme, which I really love, but easier to read, isn't it? So yeah, so you've got S3. We've got a product called WolfDisk as well, as if you want to install, which is another way of doing shared storage. Obviously, if you've got Ceph, you can do shared storage with Ceph quite easily. S3 storage, we use a couple of providers. We've got our own Minio cluster as well. So yeah, we've got quite a lot of stuff going on here. With this is the network one. So I'm going to leave you. I'm just going to pull this up again just to show you. There it is. Let's get camera up. See if anyone's walked in the office. Pass through, USB pass through. There you go. It's done. We can do it. We can pass through. We're basically not only are we passing through USB locally, but we're allowing you to pass through USB and actually load it into a VM on a completely different server. How cool is that? Anyway, I hope you enjoy that. I hope you enjoy WolfUSB. I hope you enjoy WolfNet and WolfStack. It's wolfstack.org. You've got access to everything there. You can see all the stuff that we've been doing. And our company website is wolf.uk.com. If you're interested in need some custom development stuff done, please do get in touch. We love building custom systems for our client, and I'm going to finish there.